the requirement of not being able to host within your country or within your like CONCACAF or the other ones, like within 2 year or 2 cycles, screws FIFA when they go, the 2031 is going to be played on 8 different continents. We've created a continent just to play soccer there. Like, that's why in 2038, the 2038 World Cup is going to have to be played in the United States again because everybody else has been selected.
The problem with this entire premise is that it's predicated on the fact that FIFA has rules that they are going to follow. And I don't think that's ever happened in the history of FIFA. Like, do you think they know they have rules about host countries? I'm not sure they do. I'm not sure they.
Well, no, they do. They definitely do, because that's how they're squeezing them to get to where they want these matches to be. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a baseball show called The Chatting Average with John Sansoni, Adam Busak, and John Lieber. John, I'd like to start with you. I heard your brother had a birthday this weekend. Just want to once again wish him happy birthday. Joe Sansoni, I believe, born on July 4th. So he's 250 years old and America is 22 years old.
Yep. Yeah, I will pass that sentiment along to him. You know, only person in the family born on July 4th, my twin brother.
Well, I would say, John, I know you guys are twins, so I'm sure you can like telepathy, like tell him happy birthday from John Lieber again. I think that would probably be the best way to do it, since you guys are twins, born on the same day. Anyways.
Yeah, how does that work with twins? Like, is it like a point of pride to be the first one to wish your brother a happy birthday, or do you want to make him wish it first?
Well, so it wasn't John's birthday. It wasn't weighted. So it wasn't John's birthday. It was Joe's birthday.
I'm not talking to you right now, Joe.
So the way it works is, to simplify it, I was born at 6:59 a.m. He was born at 6:57. So my family wakes him up first, and then they all wake me up. And as you can imagine, this was 6:59 a.m. on a Saturday. So I am not thrilled. But it's been like we've been doing that our entire life. So
John, what year were you born? 2004?
2004. I was born July 4th, 2004, which makes me 22 years old. Adam is feeling older and older.
Hey, John, so you woke your mother up on a Sunday that early, just saying. I think you should.
Yep, because my dad had to skip the Peachtree Road race. My dad had to skip the Peachtree Road race because my mom went into labor.
It's obviously all your mom's fault. She chose to have twins by herself, right?
I'm not going to put any statement like that on the record. I'm really not going to say that. That is a sentiment solely expressed by John Lieber and does not reflect my personal opinion or the opinion of the Chatting Average.
All opinions are my own, except for when I'm speaking on this podcast. They are the opinions of everybody else here.
My opinions are the opinions solely of Ildemaro Vargas.
Oh, yes. Diamondbacks infielder Ildemaro Vargas.
Yeah.
John, you want to see something cool?
He speaks through me in every podcast.
Grimace Cup.
World Cup.
All right, so baseball happened this week. Jesus Christ.
Why do people listen to the show?
That's a great question.
Let's talk about the All-Star game. Obviously, the rosters got released on July 4th on Fox. Huge announcement there. And the starters are certainly interesting.
They're certainly the Blue Jays.
We will start with the National League because they don't involve the Blue Jays.
I got to scroll down to the National League part. Jesus Christ.
So, the starters for the senior circuit, the National League: Drake Baldwin at catcher from the Atlanta Braves. At first base, Freddie Freeman from the Los Angeles Dodgers. At second base, Ozzie Albies from the Atlanta Braves. At Third base, Max Muncy from the Los Angeles Dodgers. At shortstop, C.J. Abrams from the Washington Nationals. And across your outfield, Brandon Marsh from Philadelphia, Juan Soto from the Mets, Andy Pages from the Dodgers, and at designated hitter, the top vote getter in the National League, is Shohei Ohtani. Your reserves at catcher, Hunter Goodman from Colorado and William Contreras from Milwaukee. Across the infield, Luis Ariz from San Francisco, Bryce Harper from Philadelphia, the Legends pick, which we'll talk about. Otto Lopez from Miami, Matt Olson from Atlanta, Sal Stewart from Cincinnati, and then across the outfield, Corbin Carroll from Arizona, Pete Crow Armstrong from Chicago, the Cubs, Jordan Walker from St. Louis, James Wood from Washington, and Kyle Schwarber at DH from Philadelphia.
Can I say something?
Sure. Do you want me to say the pitchers, or do you want me to just wait?
We can do the pitchers in a minute. Whoever wrote this MLB article laying out the All-Stars needs to be fired. Why are we going position by position, American League, the National League? Just give me the damn team.
Yeah,
please tell me the pitchers.
Out of that article and went to a different one because I'm so pissed off about it.
The starting pitchers for the National League: Chase Burns from Cincinnati, Max Meyer from Miami, Jacob Mizorowski from Milwaukee, Eduardo Rodriguez from Arizona, Chris Sale from Atlanta, Christopher Sanchez from Philadelphia, Paul Skeens from Pittsburgh, Logan Webb from San Francisco, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Your three relief pitchers: Yohan Duran from Philadelphia, Raisel Iglesias from Atlanta, and Mason Miller from San Diego. So, one thing that I immediately want to call to our attention to here is Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper
I was going to say my mind immediately goes to the outfield group, so let's talk about this.
Yeah, let's talk. You know what? Let's talk about the outfield, because Bryce Harper is a bit of an interesting politicking move here. Let's talk about the outfield.
To me, the bench outfield unit is much, 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 much stronger than the fan voted starting outfield unit, and I'm glad that the bench outfielders were still able to make their way into the All-Star Game rosters, even if they're not going to be starting, because those are four very, very deserving guys, and especially Jordan Walker. What a year he's had.
I was going to say, that's like, I guess Brandon Marsh gets the start probably because Philadelphia fans are more involved in voting because it's in Philly. But like, dude, I can't imagine the fact that Jordan Walker and PCA are going to play like 3 innings of this game, because we got to make sure Brandon Marsh and Andy Pages get 2 at bats.
Andy Pages is the egregious one to me.
Yeah. I don't know what his season looks like right now, but like I don't think it's better than PCA or
so. Pages
Walker
has an 803 OPS, a 120 OPS plus 4.1 WAR as the primary center fielder for the Los Angeles Dodgers. PCA has a 153 OPS plus, a 910 OPS, a 5.2 WAR, which places him among the top 3 in WAR, at least by an outfielder. He is doing very, very well. But of course, he's a Cub, and we don't vote for Cubs apparently.
The fans can't figure out how to use their sausage fingers to log into their phones.
Well, so. I was really surprised here is that there were fewer Cardinals than I expected. Not because I thought that there would be a better team, but just I always thought of Cardinals fans as this very rabid bunch that will very much, ride or die for their guys. And
other than the fact that they hate this team currently, even though they're like second in the division.
That's what I was going to say, is I would argue they were that way until like 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. What does that line up with, ladies and gentlemen? Yachty and Wainwright retiring. And then all of a sudden everybody was like, this team sucks, man. Those guys were holding together our team. We were so good with 49-year-old Yadier Molina behind the plate hitting 167 every year. Cardinals fans can...
A little bit of South Park there. It felt like you dropped a little bit into South Park by the end.
A little bit.
Yeah.
like I don't, the St. Louis fans confuse the crap out of me because they'll talk about how the Royals fans are fair weather fans, and then they don't show up to their games. It's like, man, the Kansas City Royals over there on the other side of the pond over there, they're just they never show up to games unless they're winning the World Series. And then St. Louis fans are like, yeah, there's 13 people in the stadium tonight, and then there's 400 guys shirtless in Big Mac land for some reason. We don't really know why. We got them in for free. Like that doesn't like
the rest of the industry plans.
I don't know. Who's your guys' like favorite all-star on the NL team that maybe flies under the radar? Mine is Max Meyer out of Miami. Every team has to have an all-star, but Miami gets 2 with him and Otto Lopez. I think if it was between the two of them, they were picking Max Meyer. That guy's been good this year.
Yeah, he's definitely having to break out. I'm happy with the pitching staff in general from the National League. Handful of names that I also see on my fantasy team, so I'm always good with that.
I just wonder. Obviously, it's hard to like figure out who's going to make the start because I can't look at all of these guys' current spot in their rotation right now. But like,
I think Suspicious Barbecue had a tweet about that yesterday. Let me see if I can figure that out.
My gut is saying it's going to be Mizorowski. Like
he started last year, though.
That's true, but that hasn't stopped people before. I mean,
I know, but like he did start last year, and I kind of hope. Who are the managers? Do we know the managers?
I don't think so.
No, the managers are always the World Series managers from the previous year. So for
Dave Roberts and John Schneider.
Yep.
Dave Roberts is starting Yamamoto if he can.
I mean, yeah, probably.
I don't know. Bring Yamamoto in to close it. So when you look at it,
pitchers list, I wish I had a bookmark, but I think there was. I saw a tweet that was something like in total, there's going to be at least 6 pitchers that end up getting replaced. So we'll see.
Awesome. All right. Do we want to go to an American League?
Yeah, let's go to the AL. So
the AL,
the starters for the American League. The catcher, Shea Langoliers from the Athletics. First base, I will come back to. I will come back to first base because there is a change here. It was
true.
It was one player, but he opted out, and that's the storyline. Second base, the top vote getter, the American League, Ernie Clement from the Toronto Blue Jays. Third baseman, Junior Caminero from Tampa Bay. Shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. from Kansas City. Outfielders, Mike Trout from the Angels. Byron Buxton from the Twins. Aaron Judge from the New York Yankees. And the designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez from the Houston Astros. The reason I say that there's a storyline there, Vlad Guerrero Jr. was elected as a starting first baseman, but he opted to not play in the game, citing wanting to get healthy from a lower back injury. And the writing's kind of on the wall here that I think Guerrero wants to give himself some time to get better because he's not been good. Compared to everyone else, he has not been the best first baseman in the American League. He has a .8 WAR and a 92 OPS plus. So instead, Nicholas Kurtz got the nod at first base from the Athletics in his stead.
So my favorite thing about the American League team is that like this team is terrible compared to the other team. Also, the All-Star game is now 8 days away, which gives plenty of time for everybody listed after Junior Caminero to somehow get injured. Because why is everybody from shortstop throughout the outfield and into DH just the most injury-prone player you've ever seen? Elected as an all-star.
I mean,
Bobby Witt Jr., Mike Trout, Byron Buxton, Aaron Judge, and Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah, and we already pretty much know that Judge is not going to play. right? Like that might have been confirmed at this point, or by the time you hear it, it probably will be. But like, back to the Guerrero thing for a minute. I think what's interesting with that for me is that, like you say, like this has been probably the worst year of his career so far. Worst full season at the very least, and
Let's have a look.
the AL first base bank is very, very full between Kurtz, between Ben Rice, who is very much having a career year as well. Like, I think that him opting out solves a lot of problems because that's just, he's not the most deserving guy. We'll put it that way.
But you know who is?
Yeah.
It's Ernie Clement.
No, so that bothers me too. I get that
he's the most deserving.
I get
the
that
fans
he has
picked him.
He has a great, personality. Makes me sound like I'm like, no, he's really funny. He's a great guy.
You just got to get to know him.
You're like try to set up your friend with someone else. And a 102 OPS plus, he's mostly been starting at second base instead of bouncing around the infield. 1.2 WAR, was a, postseason hero and a 4.3 WAR player last year. So obviously a fan favorite in Toronto and across Canada, but boy, is that kind of an elephant in the room when you look at the other infielders that include Travis Bazana, Kevin McGonigal, Miguel Vargas. There isn't a great crop necessarily, but you have to imagine that the top vote getter in the entire American League not being Judge or Trout or Caminero or Witt is a little surprising.
No,
he's the most deserving.
Vargas has stepped this year into, I think he's leveled up big time. Like, he's had maybe the most sustained improvement of anybody on that White Sox team this year. And I would argue Bazana, I know he's not there yet name recognition wise because he didn't get called up until April or whatever, but like, I would argue he's been the best second baseman in baseball this year, point blank, period.
No, it's Ernie Clement. No, I agree. I think, I don't know. I just, there's a group of guys here.
Yeah.
Man, there's just a group of guys. Like, dude, I don't know how to explain other than the fact that, like, looking at the National League, and like, this is like when you're at a travel ball tournament and the National League walks in and they all have their custom bags with custom cleats, custom bats, custom helmets. Everything's perfect. Their jerseys are pristine. And then like the Sandlot crew walks in to play them in the other dugout from the American League. And Ernie Clement's like, it's okay, guys. We've got hope. We can do it. Like,
it's
this team is terrible. I know who's winning the All-Star game.
No, not with Dave Roberts at the helm, man. No, you don't.
Good point.
Remember when the All-Star game used to determine home field advantage for the series?
Man, you would never see a game one at an NL venue ever again.
Ever.
So the reserves, we haven't talked about the rest of this roster.
No, we haven't.
So Dylan Dingler and Adley Rutschman are the catchers from Detroit and Baltimore, which make possibly the best baseball name battery ever. With Drew Rasmussen, Cam Schlittler, and Parker Messick. I have to be very careful saying that last name. Infielders, Travis Bazana from Cleveland Australia by way of Cleveland. Kevin McGonigal from Detroit. Ben Rice or Ben Arroz, depending on what language he's speaking, from the Yankees. He does speak Spanish. This is like I'm not just making him Spanish.
All right, next one.
Miguel Vargas from the White Sox, Randy Arozarena and the outfield from Seattle, Cody Bellinger from the Yankees, Riley Green from Detroit, and Yandy Diaz from Tampa Bay at designated hitter. Your starting pitchers, Dylan Cease from Toronto, Parker Messick from Cleveland, Drew Rasmussen from Tampa Bay, Joe Ryan from Minnesota for now, Cam Schlittler from New York, Ranger Suarez from Boston, Michael Wacha from Kansas City, and the relievers, Brian Baker from Tampa Bay, Aroldis Chapman from Boston for now, Jacob Latz from Texas, Cade Smith from Cleveland, and Louis Varland from Toronto.
Can I ask why does the American League have more relief pitchers?
Yeah,
Is it just vote getters?
I mean,
is that all it is?
Well, each team has to have one. So, like, Texas wasn't going to have the best player on Texas is Jacob Latz, I suppose. All the reserves, most of the reserves, if not all of them, are picked by like managers and players.
Yeah.
So it's within Major League Baseball.
Where is Davis Martin?
Not there.
Why?
He could 100% end up being an alternate. Like
he better be the number one alternate when a pitcher says he's not going to be able to pitch. Because, I mean, this makes no sense, man. Anyways, this team still sucks. The National League is winning by 15.
Again, I want to refer your attention to the manager of the team, one Dave Roberts.
Can Dave Roberts make the decision to like burn the DH and have Shohei pitch the ninth?
If Dave Roberts gets Shohei injured trying to stunt on the American League All-Stars in Philadelphia, he will be fired immediately.
And
it would be really funny. It would be so cool. It would be so cool. But there's no way. No, I highly, highly doubt. Like last year, he didn't pitch because he was rehabbing. You know, he didn't pitch in the WBC for the same reason. I have a really hard time imagining they want Shohei to pitch, especially not like to mess up any clock or anything or rehab.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're gonna slow him down, let him just DH for a couple innings, and then be, you know, constantly have a camera on him in the dugout, because what else are they gonna do?
The Shohei cam.
So one thing I'm curious about here, looking at these starters, do you think any of them that have not already declared for the home run derby could participate? Because so far, I believe that it's just Junior Caminero. I think it's just Caminero so far.
I have seen rumors circling of Hunter Goodman being a potential home run derby participant, and I know for the last couple days worth of games he's been taking batting practice with his dad throwing. So if that's any indication, I think there's a pretty good chance Hunter Goodman's going to be in.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that could be cool. Caminero was the runner-up last year with Raleigh winning in Atlanta. Raleigh will not be doing it this year if his participation is anything. He has been bad.
There are some guys who like would be fun to see. I really don't care if Schwarber or Alvarez, they lead the league at 30 and 29 home runs. I really don't care if they participate. I couldn't care less.
Has to participate because it's in Philly.
Well, true. So Schwarber will probably participate. That's a good point. Junior is the only one other confirmed. So like the other top guys are Hunter Goodman at 27, Byron Buxton at 25. He'd pull his back out or explode his left knee or something trying to walk to the plate. Ben Rice, Colson Montgomery, James Wood, Matt Olson, Brandon Lowe are the rest of the top 10. I will say, I think it would be cool to watch Colson Montgomery hit home runs, but I don't want him to mess up his swing because he's kind of an idiot.
Montgomery also is not currently in the All-Star game.
Oh, we said from the All-Stars. Right. I apologize. Dylan Cease then.
I would not be shocked if Harper runs it back and we have two Phillies in the home run.
I mean, he was the legend pick. Come on.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So he was specifically picked by Rob Manfred to be an All-Star.
Oh.
That's something that Manfred's always had the ability to do, but he only started using it like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Because you remember
Damn,
Pujols was
Yep.
one of them.
And then Kershaw got one last year.
True. I think Jordan Walker should participate. I want to see a 6'15" guy hitting home runs.
6'15".
All right, fine. Let's look at how tall Jordan Walker is, and if it's anywhere close.
How tall do you think 6 feet and 15 inches?
John, I'm not an idiot.
How many inches
I know what
are
I
in a
said.
feet? How many inches?
I know what I said. He's 6'6", bro. He's gigantic. I don't care. I know what I said.
Yeah.
Miguel Vargas, welcome to the All MLB Home Run Derby.
6 foot, 7 foot. That one song from Madden.
Dylan Dingler, welcome to the Home Run Derby.
You're saying it, H. This is a culture checkpoint.
He doesn't know.
I'm gonna recuse myself.
He does not pass the culture.
He's from the same place.
I just look. I'm man enough to know I don't have that knowledge. All right, I'd rather not look like a poser and try to guess and be wrong.
No, now you have to.
No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
I think he lives there now. He was not born there.
I'm not going to guess that.
It's Lil Wayne.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Lil Wayne from New Orleans, by the way, not Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. That's more of John's music. Return Mac. Hit what it is, what it does, what it is.
All right.
Do we have final thoughts on the All-Star game, or should we go careening into something else?
Let's careen into the trade deadline. I want to
talk about how all 30 teams can upgrade from the trade deadline.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
We're not all 30, just ones that we care about.
No, ones that we care about. So let's think about it this way. Tarek Skubal. Imagine you are Tarek Skubal. Yeah, you.
I'm really fat.
Not okay.
No change.
Darn it, look just like him.
So, if you are Tarek Skubal, if you are making the decisions for Tarek Skubal, I feel like I need to change that because you're gonna just be going. What are your needs for a team that's going to trade for you?
A treadmill? Probably a nutritionist included. I don't know. What do I need? Somebody who's going to win games. Unlike a team. If I'm Tarek Skubal, I want a team that can win games if I have to miss a start.
Yeah.
Unlike the Detroit Tigers, when Tarek Skubal misses a start, they're losing all 5 games or all 8-9 games in between that.
I don't know. Casey Mize has been very, very good this year, but
okay, they're losing 7 games.
Do you think market size matters to him?
No, he's in Detroit, and he didn't leave previously.
Well, no, I'm saying, do you think he wants to go to a big market team, or do you think he wants to avoid a big market team?
Oh, I don't know. I have a really hard time knowing anything about this guy.
Yeah.
It's because we know nothing about this guy. He just pitched good sometimes.
That is true.
I'd like to remind everybody, in his debut, he threw 2 innings and he gave up 7 hits and 4 earned runs to the White Sox.
Wasn't that during the COVID season?
Correct, yeah. August 18, 2020.
So stats do not count.
I think they count. I don't know. What do I want? Literally, yeah. I just want a team that is not like relying on me every single time. Like,
Right.
I want to be able to watch a game from the dugout and be like, man, I think we can win this one. And it's not Casey Mize on the mound. Like, maybe an offense. Maybe that's what he needs, a team with an offense.
Right. So that's where you're looking at things like Brewers, Cubs, Blue Jays, Braves, Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, and I know I'm saying it very like staunchly, but like that is what I like in genuine, like in all reality, that's what he probably wants.
Right.
He wants a team that's going to score more than 11 runs over what they give up. Like, there's a few of those out there. The Seattle Mariners could use you.
The
Philadelphia
is such an interesting case though, because they have arguably a rotation that's too full.
And the best rotation on paper. But every year, 2 or 3 of them decide to be bad.
They spin a wheel randomly and decide who's going to be good and who's going to be bad.
I just like, do you think it's like, do you think they like get together and spin the wheel and they're like, oh, Luis, it's you this year. And Luis is like, darn it. Okay.
Right.
All right,
like,
guys.
They get dealt like one hand blackjack, and that's how they decide.
They're like, he's like, oh, I guess I have to be bad this year. We have to spin the wheel to see how I'm gonna do it. And he's like, injuries there. It's like meatball every third pitch. Like,
curveball no longer works.
Spike fastball 4 times a game. Like,
bad catcher.
Josh Naylor yelling at me from the dugout. Like,
Josh Naylor in my closet with a weapon.
Dude, I'm so glad that story came back to light.
So, all right, you know what? We're gonna go to this. We're gonna go to this. So,
what?
If you're wondering what we're talking about with Josh Naylor with a knife,
I hate this guy so much. So does everybody else. It seems like
it does seem like that.
In 2016, when Josh Naylor was a top 5 prospect for the Marlins, he and former Washington National and former Marlins prospect Stone Garrett was also a prospect in Greensboro. At the time, Garrett suffered a thumb injury, and it was just credited to, oh, Frank went wrong. He was going to rehab. He'll be fine. Instead, Garrett said in an Instagram comment, quote, Josh Naylor liked to play stupid games. Dude would come into our apartment, we were neighbors, with aerosol and lighters multiple times. That wasn't his first time in our apartment with a butcher knife. The guy hid in my closet waiting for me to get home. When I went to hang my shirt up, he jumped out with a knife pointed at me. Garrett said that the knife sliced his thumb open, and he immediately went to the ER while Naylor waited. When he got back, so he says, quote, I get surgery. He cut my nerve, still can't feel my right thumb. He got suspended for 1 game, LOL. 2 weeks later, he goes to the Futures game and gets traded. He is the most psychotic person I've ever met in my life. Garrett also said that while the knife sliced his thumb open, when he got back, the first thing Naylor asked was whether or not he would be pressing charges. The next day, the coach held a team meeting and said the front office wanted to keep the issue quiet.
Can we fast forward this to another moment where we know that nobody likes him?
Yes.
A week ago, 2 weeks ago,
about a week ago,
Josh Naylor's Seattle Mariners are playing the Giants. Is that where Austin Hedges is now?
Guardians.
I'm sorry. Yes,
his former.
They
team.
were. Yes, the two were previously teammates for 5 seasons between the Padres and the Guardians. And in this, Josh Naylor very obviously sticks his arm out and gets hit by a 76-mile-an-hour curveball that doesn't curve, and takes his base at first base. And Austin Hedges is kind of arguing with the umpire for a second, like, come on, man, he stuck his arm out and blah, 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 blah. Well, Naylor starts yelling at him because Naylor is, John, what did Stone Garrett call him? A complete psychopath?
The most psychotic person I've ever met in my life.
So Josh Naylor, who's trying to put on his oven sliding.
You never want somebody to say about you.
Josh Naylor, who's down at first trying to put on his sliding mitt because, well, Josh Naylor's going to go steal 60 bases this year. Starts screaming at Austin Hedges, telling him, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. You suck, man. Blah, 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 blah. Reminder, teammates for 5 seasons. No, Austin Hedges screams back. And this is like all on hot mics, which is my favorite part, is like you can hear all of it. Austin Hedges is like, nobody likes you. Nobody literally likes you. And dude, if you've been on somebody's team for 5 years with this guy, and that's what you're coming up with, it's got to be true. Nobody likes him.
Well,
and the best part is Austin Hedges, because Josh Naylor said you're a backup to a backup. By the way, the first backup he's talking about there is his dumbass little brother, Bo Naylor,
who is in AAA.
Who's in AAA.
So Austin Hedges is very well known to be sort of like the leader in the clubhouse in Cleveland. That's why they keep him around. He's the elder statesman. What did you have to do to have the catcher barking at you? Famously not a terribly loud position on the field. They're typically not the most hot-headed people. Austin Hedges is like yelling, is like, nobody likes you. And he would know. That's the thing, is if that guy is saying that nobody likes you, damn, nobody likes you. And honestly, some guys are just crazy and they get away with it, right? Some guys are just are eccentric and weird and they get away with it. I mean, Ricky Henderson is notorious for just being a weird guy, but fantastic baseball player.
Ricky gonna steal that bag. Ricky gone.
Ricky is Ricky. You are a negative .2 WAR player, a 93 OPS, and being paid like $82 million.
Dude, the Mariners regret that, don't they?
Like,
you would certainly think. You would certainly think.
Negative .2 WAR. Oh my god.
You really can't. Like,
dude, and I hate to say it, he literally he's had a job secured for him in Major League Baseball since he had like a 2 home run game against the White Sox. Because after that, it was like, oh, Josh Naylor's this really good guy who hits home runs. And now we traded him. And now he's the best player on Seattle. He was not the best player on Seattle. What else? Anything else?
Would you trade for Josh Naylor?
I would trade for Josh Naylor. I'm not going to say that. I would not trade for Josh Naylor.
I hope the Rockies don't trade for anyone. I hope they trade away.
Adam, if you wanted to see your good friend John Lieber enjoy a former Rocky, which Rocky would you trade to the White Sox?
Oh God.
Antonio
the majority of the players I think that the Rockies are going to get rid of this deadline are just going to be relievers.
Yeah.
Because they have a bunch of guys that can throw 97 not particularly effectively. So hopefully you get one of them that like you can iron out. If you guys can make like Victor Vodnik work, I think that'd be
former Brave Victor Vodnik. I love that.
Great name, really.
Yeah,
All right.
I would go for Antonio Senzatella.
Well, yeah, Senzatella is going to be somebody's closer, which is flipping crazy to think about. But I mean, I would like to see Moniak going at the deadline as well. He's the prime bat. I would trade him over Goodman for sure.
Yeah. I don't need another bat, unfortunately, but I would love to have Mickey Moniak on my team.
Well, there were several teams that would have agreed with you coming out of high school for him.
Shall we go to the grid, ladies and gentlemen? And by ladies, I'm talking to John.
Hey. There's only one of me. Why are you using the plural?
The grid is a 3x3 grid with 9 intersections. The columns today are the New York Mets, the Orioles, and a 10-win season pitching.
That's
the
Rose.
Rose. No, it's not.
The columns are the Mets. That's the row.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Dodgers, the Orioles, and 10 plus wins. The Rose are the Mets, the Twins, and the Brewers. Nobody start right away.
Dodgers, Mets.
That's also
Jake,
what I'm thinking about.
I think Jake Marisnick fits here. Yeah, Jake Marisnick.
I was going to nominate Max Scherzer.
We've put in Jake Marisnick.
Twins, Dodgers. Chucky Robinson is not a twin. Has never been a twin. Don't put him in. Don't put him in. What about
he can't fit any of these, darn it.
Kyle Farmer.
Don't you mean catcher Kyle Farmer?
I mean former Marist School quarterback and Gatorade Georgia High School Player of the Year over Calvin Johnson. Oh, that's Sean McVay. Never mind. Different
question.
Quarterback.
Hey, Twins, Dodgers?
Yes, Twins.
Is that
Dodgers.
what you said? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. 1% kill John Sansoni.
You didn't offer anything.
My job is to type.
Mets, Orioles,
Sure.
Vidal Brujan.
Oh, Braves legend Vidal Brujan. Brewers, Dodgers, Colton Wong.
Huge.
Nice.
1% kill John Sansoni.
Oh, come on. Mets. Who do we need for Mets?
10 plus win season.
Mets 10-win season. I think Carlos Carrasco got there.
I would assume so. At one point, he was good.
Cookie just got DFA'd for like the 7th time by the Braves today.
No,
don't worry, he'll be back.
No, he was terrible. He gave up 5 runs. He gave up.
Carrasco.
John, he'll be back.
No.
He'll be back.
I don't want.
I don't want him to be. Twins 10 plus win season. Jose Barrios.
Do we have Orioles, Brewers?
I was just about to nominate.
No, please.
Jesus Aguilar.
Broxton.
Adam, can you say yours again?
Keon Broxton.
We're using Keon Broxton. 0.4.
Come on.
Bet you Jesus Aguilar would have been like 15%.
No, he was like 10 games with the Orioles. Come on. All right, Milwaukee 10 plus wins.
True. That is, we are looking for that one.
I mean, Aaron Ashby just got it this season, but he also just got it this season. So,
yeah.
What about Eric Lauer?
For what? I'm sorry. Brewers 10 wins.
Yeah, Brewers 10 wins.
Sure. 0.1. Don't kill John Sansoni.
Nice.
All right. What do we need left?
Yeah, what are we still looking for?
Baltimore, the middle one. Baltimore Twins.
Okay. Baltimore Twins. Bro,
why did he yell?
I just said
Perhaps
Scott Blewett.
I was gonna throw a Kyle Gibson.
Yeah.
Scott
Former Braves bullpen arm Scott Blewett.
Scott blew it. Rarity score of 5. John had the lowest score of the day. Hardest spot on the grid today was a Baltimore Brewer. Yeah. A Los Angeles Twin was 1% hard, easier. Scott blew it 0.02. Great job, John.
Thank you.
Adam, your prediction for United States versus